So in this video we are going to be learning how to create a presentation using Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, so when you have a large amount of information that you want to present to a large audience in an organized manner, the best tool you can use is presentation. Okay, so in this instance we are going to be creating a presentation using the software Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, so now back in your classroom, in your Google Classroom, I have already given you all a sample presentation. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to recreate the same presentation. Okay, so we open this in a new window, and let's download this. Ignore this message, and let's download this. So just going to click on open. So until this presentation opens, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going to my desktop, and I'm going to be creating a blank. I'm going to create a new presentation. So one method I can use is I can right click on my area and say new, and take a new Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. That's one possible method. No matter which folder you are inside, you can always right click, come to new, and you can find Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. The second method that you can do is you can come into start, and you can type presentation over there. Okay, so it's not presentation, type PowerPoint please. Type PowerPoint, and you can see the app appears over here. So let's go through this method. I'm going to select PowerPoint from here, and I'm going to say I want to create a blank presentation for now. Okay, so I have selected that. Currently two presentations I've opened. I'm going to close one. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is, let me click enable editing. I'm going to copy the same design that is over here. I'm going to bring it over to here. Okay, I'm just going to do the same thing as it is over here. So now you need to realize the first thing is we need to first set up the layout of our presentation. Okay, so you have to first understand every slide over here is having the company logo. Okay, if you go through this, every slide, each of these boxes are what we call slides. Okay, so each slide is having the company logo on it. So what I have to do is I have to first go and make sure that every slide in the presentation is having the logo. Now what I can do is I can either come here manually, put new slides and paste the logo on each of the slides. I can do that, or else I can do a thing which we call there is something called master slide. So using a master slide, what I can do is I can put the logo on one slide, and that logo will automatically appear on all the slides. Let me show you how it works. So I come to view, and I come to something which we call slide master over here. So if you come, just make sure you scroll to the top. You can see that this particular slide is slightly, out of alignment. Okay, this particular slide is what we call the master slide. Okay, the view that we are right now in is right now we are in the slide master view. This particular one is what we call the master slide. So what is the master slide? Master slide is simply whatever you do in this particular slide will automatically be appeared to all these layouts. Is it clear? These are the various layouts that Microsoft PowerPoint is offering for you. Okay, so PowerPoint is saying, depending on what your scenario is, depending on how you want to present your information, these are the various layouts we can provide you with. Okay, so you can decide which of these layouts are going to be useful for you and which are not going to be useful for you. You can simply delete them. Okay, you can just simply right click and say delete this particular layout. You don't need it. Okay, but just remember that this is what you call your master slide. Whatever you do on this particular slide will automatically be applied to all these layouts. Okay, so now what you need to understand first is, if you come to this presentation, this sample presentation, you would notice that the company logo is there on every single slide. Okay, so which means that this particular logo should be there in the master slide. Okay, so on my computer I do have the logo with me. You can use any picture you have on your computer as the logo. Okay, so I'm just gonna simply right click, copy, and come over here, and I'm going to right click here and say paste. Okay, so the company logo has appeared over here. It's way too big. From the corners I'm going to make it small, and I'm going to gently take it over here. You can see it's overlapping with the text box, so I'm just going to make this text box smaller. Okay, so you can see as soon as I did this, you can see now all the layouts are having this particular logo, and you can see in all the layouts the top area, the top text box has automatically been adjusted. As I told you, whatever you do in the master slide automatically applies in all the other slides as well. Okay. Now coming back to our presentation again, and something else that you would notice is if you come to the second slide, for example, you would notice that the date is there, a footer is there, and also the slide number is there. Okay, that is there in all the slides except the title slide. The first slide does not have anything at the bottom. Okay, but the slides thereafter, now this is the first slide, so we call it the title slide. Okay, the title of the presentation is generally in the first slide. That is why we call this the title slide. Okay, so in the title slide there is nothing at the bottom, but in all the other slides you can find at the bottom there is what you call the date, the footer, and the slide number. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to appear onto the master slide. Okay, and I want to do something which will automatically apply to all the layouts. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to come into insert and I'm going to come into header and footer. Okay, so now you can just a moment, just look over here. You can see already the date is there, the footer is there, the slide number is there. Okay, it is there, but if you come into normal view, you will see none of them is visible. Why is that? Because we have not let me show you why. It is not visible in normal view because we have not ticked any of these boxes. Only once you tick these boxes, this information will start to appear in the normal view. Okay, so we do need the date and time to appear, we do need the slide number, and we do need the footer as well. In the footer it's going to be coming as compiled by, and you can put your own name over there. Okay, and then do not forget to tick this box, do not show on title slide, because over here you can see on the title slide, if you come to this shapes present, I have to get rid of this dialog box for this to come. Okay, as I was explaining to you all earlier, on the title slide none of this information is going to appear, so I'm going to tick this box and I'm going to say apply to all. Okay, so on the title slide, even though it shows it over here, do not worry, when we come to normal view on the title slide the footer will not be visible. Okay, going back into slide master, let's see what else we need to get done. So the footer has been put into place. Something else that you would notice is, you will notice that every slide has the heading which is bold and underlined. Okay, so what we can do is we can come to the master slide and we can say always the heading will be bold and underlined. So you can see as soon as I do that, that particular effect applies to all the layouts. Can you see all the layouts has become bold and underlined? Okay, then moving on to our next part is, you can notice that this particular slide, only the title slide is having what you call kind of a pinkish color, while all the other layouts are having a kind of light greenish color. Okay, now before you apply these background colors, something which would be more important would be for you to select which layouts you are going to use. Okay, so you can say, now for example, this is the master slide, so we do not touch it at all. This particular layout is useful for you. You can use this layout to put your title shapes. Okay, this particular layout is of no use to you, you are not going to be using it, so you can delete this. This layout, no use. This layout can be used, it's somewhat matching the layouts of these now, so this particular layout can be used. Okay, you can put the title here, text here, shape over here. So let's keep this layout. This layout not necessary, this layout not necessary, not necessary, not necessary, not necessary. I'm simply pressing the delete key. When I press the delete key, these layouts are getting deleted. Delete and delete. Okay, so I'm going to survive with these two layouts only. Okay, I'm going to manage this entire presentation with these two layouts. Okay, then as I was telling earlier, the title slide is having a kind of pinkish color and the other slides are having a kind of green color. Okay, now what you can do is you can simply right click. You can let me give you the options. You can right click over here, you can come to format background, and you can come over here and you can say I want a solid fill. You can say I want it to be light pink in color. Okay, so now you see what you did to this particular layout applies only to this layout. Okay, then I want this layout to be light green in color. Okay, so now you see light green gets applied only to this particular layout. Okay, the reason I did not do it in master slide is because if I had done it in master slide, it would have automatically applied to both these layouts. Okay, so that is why I did it on the individual layouts. Okay, so I think now the layout part of the presentation is set up. If there is something, we can come back. So now I'm going to start inserting the information. Okay, so you can see this is the first slide. If you want a new slide, you simply come and click on this. You can say you want this particular slide to come. You can click over here and you can put the information that is necessary. In the next video, I'll be showing you how to put the information.